Maybe you know what it feels like to have anger living inside you like a fire that won't go out. It might have started with something someone did, a betrayal, a wound, an injustice that never got made right. Or maybe it crept in slowly, built up from disappointment after disappointment, from prayers that seemed to go unanswered, from carrying more than any one person should have to carry alone. And now it sits in your chest, heavy and hot, and sometimes it surprises you how quickly it rises, how loud it can get inside your own mind even when the room around you is quiet. If that's where you are today, I want you to know there is no shame in it. Anger is one of the most honest emotions we have. It tells us that something mattered, that something hurt, that something wasn't right. The Bible doesn't ask you to pretend it isn't there. What it offers instead is something much more tender than that. It offers a place for that fire to go, and a peace that can sit beside it without flinching. Today, I want to sit with you in a passage from the book of Psalms, Psalm 37, beginning at verse 7 and 8. These words were written by someone who had seen real injustice, who had watched the wrong people prosper and the right people suffer. Whoever is holding anger today, this was written for you. Listen to these words from Psalms, chapter 37. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. Rest in the Lord. Wait patiently for him. When anger is burning inside you, those words can feel almost impossible. How do you rest when you're seething? How do you wait when the injustice is happening right now, today? When the person who hurt you seems to be moving through life just fine, unbothered, while you're here carrying the weight of what they did? I think that's exactly what the writer of this psalm was sitting with. He wasn't writing from a place of having everything resolved. He was writing in the middle of it, watching people who did wrong things continue to prosper, feeling that deep and grinding frustration that comes when the world doesn't seem fair. And yet into that very moment, not after it was over, not once things were fixed, into that very moment, came this gentle, steady invitation: rest. The word fret appears twice here, and that's not an accident. Fretting is what anger does when it turns inward. It rehearses. It replays. It circles back to the same wound again and again, sometimes for months, sometimes for years. And the psalm isn't dismissing that. It's acknowledging it by name. Yes, this is something you're doing, and yes, it's wearing you down. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. These aren't commands handed down with a gavel. They read more like a hand on the shoulder, like someone saying to you quietly, you can set it down. Not because it doesn't matter, not because what happened to you was okay, but because holding it is hurting you more than it's hurting anyone else, and you were made for more than this. In everyday life, this looks like choosing, even in a small way, not to send that message you've drafted in your head 100 times, not to rehearse the argument at 2 in the morning, not to let the person who wounded you take up permanent residence in your mind. It doesn't happen all at once. Nobody heals a deep anger in an afternoon, but there is something powerful about even the first small step of bringing it before God and saying, I have this fire in me. I don't know what to do with it. I'm handing it to you. That act, that quiet surrender, is what the psalmist calls rest. Not passivity, not pretending, not stuffing it down until it explodes, but trusting that the God who sees every injustice, who misses nothing, who holds every wound, that he is working in ways you can't yet see. And that your part, right now, in this moment, is simply to breathe and to let him carry what is too heavy for you. You don't have to be done with the anger today. You don't have to feel peaceful before you're welcome here. Come exactly as you are, with the fire still burning, and let these words sit with you gently, the way morning light comes in through a window before the world gets loud. God is not afraid of your anger. He has held it before. and He is strong enough to hold it again. Wherever you are right now, whether the anger has eased a little or it's still very much alive inside you, I'm glad you stayed. These words were here for you today, and there will be more waiting for you tomorrow. If this brought you even a small measure of quiet, I want to gently invite you to subscribe so that scripture like this finds you every day. Not because you need to fix yourself, simply because you deserve to be reminded, again and again, that you are not alone in what you carry, and that there is peace available to you even in the hardest seasons. If someone came to mind while you were listening, someone you know who is carrying their own burning anger, would you share this with them? Sometimes the most loving thing we can do is send a quiet word to say, "I was thinking of you." And if you have a prayer request, something heavy you've been holding, leave it in the comments below. This is a community that prays together, and no request is too small or too broken to bring here. Go gently today. You are held.